So I got this question from Erin. She's incredibly excited about jiu-jitsu, loves it. She looks forward to it all day long. And then once she finally gets in the gym, she says she's bored. She's like, I don't know what it is. She's like, I'm excited to be there, but then when I finally get there, I'm kind of bored and I just don't really want to be there anymore. And she's wondering what she can do because she's competed several times and she loves jiu-jitsu. Can't speak today. She loves jiu-jitsu, but she's just not sure how to go about it. So Erin, first off, thanks for the question. And you know, I think everyone that's trained for a long time has experienced this. You're in the grind now, right? Because when you first start jiu-jitsu, it sort of parallels a relationship in a lot of ways. You know, like when you first meet someone, that new person, they're exciting, you know, you don't know much about them, so you're constantly learning new stuff. Every time you guys do something together, it's new, and you know, it's just this exciting time. And then after a little while, things kind of come down to a sense of normalcy, and then you run down to who is this person, do I really like them, and things become a little bit more routine. And jiu-jitsu is the same way. When you first start, you know, training Brazilian jiu-jitsu, it's like this exciting thing that you're doing. It's all new and you're constantly learning new stuff. And then eventually you kind of get a grip on what you're doing and it comes down to a sense of normalcy. And then you hit that grind, which has ebbs and flows, right? Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, but you're sort of just moving forward. And a relationship's the same way. Sometimes you're excited to be with a person and other days you're kind of like, bleh, right? Everybody's been through it. One of the things that it's helped me a lot through training, because again, I talk about this all the time. I love jiu-jitsu. I absolutely freaking love it. I would rather do it than anything else. But there are definitely times where I'm kind of like, I don't really want to be here right now. And anytime I feel that, I do this and it typically does the trick for me. I'll try to breathe some life into my game, right? Breathe some life into the training. And I do this by just changing things up a little bit. Like if you've watched the videos, sometimes like you might see different like weird games that we play, like the sock game and stuff. That's just an attempt for me to like do something different with my game, make it fun, right? Because this stuff's fun. I want to have fun with it. And you know, you may not have that ability to do that, but one of the things that I do and I've always done is typically I find that when I am hitting that sort of like sticky point in the game or hitting that point where I'm kind of like unenthusiastic for training, it's typically because I've been doing the same stuff and things have become just so routine that it's not even exciting anymore. So to change that up, I typically try to find something that I'm not very good with, right? And I'll focus on that thing. And the reason I do that is because then I'm kind of moving out into uncharted territory because I'm not good with that technique and I don't know how everything's going to work. So everything's kind of new and exciting for a little bit. Also, there's a lot of times with something new, there's kind of measurable success because, you know, when you're working on techniques that you've done over and over and over again, it just kind of becomes routine and you're like, yeah, you know, whatever. But when you take a technique and you can't hit it at first, but you're like locked onto it and you keep trying and trying and trying, when you start hitting that technique, you know that you're getting better because you're like, oh, I didn't hit it at all yesterday, but now I hit it 3 times today. And so you kind of like have that measurable success that is kind of motivating. Another thing that you can do is you can go to seminars. Seminars are a great way to sort of breathe some motivation into you because a lot of times you go to these seminars and people are super motivated about whatever they're teaching and they rub that motivation off a little bit on you. And then you come back to the gym and you're like, okay, I got a couple new techniques I learned at the seminar and I'm gonna work on these. Right? I know that several times I've come back from seminars and just been super excited to get back in the gym to play with the new weapons that I learned. Another thing that you can do is you can do like a little road trip, right? I like doing this. This is actually a lot of fun. Pick out a gym in a city that you want to go see, right? You know, for me, I would pick out a city I wanted to see, and then along with that, I would say, I want to train at this gym too. And I would go out and do that, right? So I'd go to the city, see the stuff that I wanted to see, and at the same time, I'd stop and train at a gym and get to meet some new people, train with some different people, learn from some different people, and sort of take it all in. It was exciting, and that kind of helped, again, rub a little bit of motivation off for me, because again, it kind of just breathes some new life into the game. And all that said, if you're still running into some trouble, or maybe you just, you know, whatever, you just can't shake it, just take a week or 2 off, right? For me personally, there's never a time where I'm more motivated to train than after some time off, after an injury most of the time. And you can do this manually by simply just making yourself take a week or 2 off, right? And a lot of times what ends up happening is, like, let's say you decided, all right, I'm gonna take from Monday to Sunday off. I'm just gonna take it off completely from jiu-jitsu training. Typically, if you've been training and you're really into it, you'll take off Monday, and typically by midweek, you're like, God, I really wanna be in the gym. And if that's the case, force yourself to take off that whole week. So this way, when you come back Monday, you'll be more motivated to be there because you've had some time away, right? Because again, like with an injury, you have it taken away from you, and then you're forced to take it off, and so you get this burning fire for being back into training. So those are like some of the suggestions that I would give you, Aaron. Again, those are the ones that work best for me. A lot of times just finding new stuff to throw into my game is typically the trick. But if there are times where I do get kind of run down, maybe I'm overtraining, or maybe I'm just kind of losing that enthusiasm that I used to have, I typically will just bring my volume of training down or out completely. And like the guys will tell you in here, there will be weeks where I'm teaching, but I'm not training at all. And that's so that I can, again, force myself to miss it, so that when I come back to it, I'm excited to be there, and I'm excited to sort of, because it gives you time to reflect and remember that this stuff is fun and it's exciting, and, you know, gives you time to just look at it a little differently. So, done rambling. Aaron, hope that helps. Talk to you guys next time.